All right, guys, welcome to our first video cast for the AM podcast. Open Workout 19.3 was announced last night. We're going to walk you through the workout and then give us our tips and tricks in person this time. We have a guest athlete coming in later to give us a live performance. But first off, let's talk about that workout. Today, all right, it's for time. You have 10 minutes, 10-minute time cap to complete 200 feet of a single arm overhead walking lunge. Our RX athletes are working with a 50-pound dumbbell. Our ladies are working with a 35. You're going to hold on to that dumbbell for 50 alternating box step-ups. We're going to talk about some unique positions you can hold that dumbbell and where we think it's best for you to give your best effort at this workout. But your key is staying with that weight. All right, working our way down the list, you have 50, all right, buzzword of the day, strict handstand push-ups. They're here, all right, strict handstand push-ups are going up overhead. And then we're going to finish off with 200 feet of a handstand walk broken up into 25-foot increments. All right, so we've got lots of turnarounds to do today. One little notable changes for our scaled athletes, they'll be performing a front rack lunge, all right, here or on that shoulder. They're going to be using a 5-inch elevated, so they don't have to go down as far for their handstand push-ups, and they will be using a bear crawl rather than a handstand walk if we get there. All right, and then our masters athletes are going to be using a 35-pound dumbbell for the guys, 20-pound for the ladies. All right, they do have to do overhead lunges. Sorry, guys. All right, but then you're going to finish off with that 5-inch elevated handstand push-up. All right, and then masters athletes will do the handstand walk. All right, guys, welcome to our tips and tricks. A couple notable things that we want to make sure you get done. Number one, no surprise, overhead mobility. It needs to be in place today. You're holding that dumbbell all the way up over here, and according to the standards, you have to keep that dumbbell above your head. So my people that like to have that little bent elbow, or as you get tired, all right, we want to have that guy up here because this is a much better stable shoulder position. All right, it's going to make you carry that dumbbell even longer. All right, so find a comfy place for that dumbbell, all right, up overhead, and for those step-ups. All right, so when we talk about the step-ups, you can hold the dumbbell anywhere. You can hold it on your side. You can put it on your shoulder. As long as you have one hand in contact with that dumbbell, yes, you can have two hands in contact with that dumbbell. All right, but as long as you have one hand, fair game. All right. Our tips, all right, hit some banded overhead distraction before this workout. That's just clearing up that space, making sure you can get your arm all the way up overhead. You can lock that elbow out, bicep by the ear. That's going to be the best place for that dumbbell. That way, all right, bones are stacked. You're moving as efficiently as possible. All right, our last tip for that overhead mobility piece, our step-ups, rest that dumbbell on your shoulder. I don't have a dumbbell handy exactly, but literally put it over your shoulder and put your hand on the front. All right, we saw that on a couple of live streams last night. That seemed to be the go-to movement, or the go-to position for those elite athletes. All right, so I think, all right, before we get our athlete to try it out, we think that's going to be the best spot. My last little tip on that, every once in a while, trade those shoulders, trade those arms, because handstand push-ups are coming after those step-ups, and you want those shoulders to be fresh. You definitely don't want to have your left side more tired than your right. You're going to get some janky handstand push-ups. All right, tip number two, all right, know the standards. Read that standard book. There's some unique ones, things that we're going to highlight in here, and also we're going to highlight on our podcast later today. All right, but for the lunge, again, that dumbbell has to stay above the head. All right, make sure it doesn't come down. If it comes down, makes contact with the head, or comes down the head, you have to go back a 5-foot section. All right, you got to redo those 5 feet. So make sure those count. We don't have a whole lot of time today. For those step-ups, all right, you have to alternate legs. You have to go right and then left. All right, both feet need to be on the floor. Both feet need to finish on top of the box. You have to be standing tall in both positions as well. The dumbbell placement we just talked about is important. Make sure you put it on our shoulder, or I did see some people put it behind their neck. I wouldn't recommend that, though, because you need to be able to stand tall on top of that box, and you don't want to be pitched forward because of that weight. The non-working arm, so obviously I have one hand on this dumbbell here, that non-working arm, let it chill out, but don't let it touch your legs because it's part of the standard as well. All right, if you touch your leg during a step-up, it's a no rep. Handstand push-ups, all right, we love this box. We talked about it last week. We want to see this box come back. All right, the box that I'm talking about is 24 inches away from the wall, 36 inches wide. All right, that's the placement you get to put your palms anywhere within that box and be good to go. All right, this is a gift. All right, it's better than measuring forearms, measuring head lengths. All right, we're keeping it simple. All right, this is probably the standard that most of your gyms use anyway. I know our gym uses it. So let's keep it going. My last little bit here. Oh, sorry, number two. use what you practice, all right? The Open isn't a time to go and try some new technique you saw on YouTube, all right? If you've been practicing handstand push-ups inside those boxes, do the exact same stance, do the exact same setup, all right? Maybe a little tweak here and there if it ends up getting you a couple more reps, all right? But make sure that you're playing with what you practice. Last little step for our handstand push-ups, small sets. Regardless if you have 20 as a max effort set or if you have 5, all right, you should be doing small sets, quick little breaks. People have a lot of success, at least last year too, is doing a set, go, take a little walk, come back, do a set, take a little walk, come back. Gives time for those shoulders to relax. You're not spending a whole lot of time upside down. All right, so make sure small sets, quick breaks, and then again, have a system. All right, have the same clockwork every single time. Last little bit, handstand walk. Not a whole lot of tips here. You either got it or you don't. It's basically go time. You get to that handstand you get to that handstand walk, clear those sections. All right, for my people that aren't that efficient at handstand walking, just know your shoulders are going to be tired. You're going to be breathing really hard, so you're going to want to get that body angle forward so you can lean into it. And then you got to make sure you get your whole hand, both hands, whole hand over the whole line. All right, good rule right there. Last little bit right here, our pace check. This should be one of those workouts you only get 10 minutes, so we're talking 85 to 90% intensity the whole time. You got to go. You got to go. You don't have a whole lot of time to rest. All right, we said quick breaks. That's where it needs to be. All right, good luck, guys.
All right, everybody, we're here with Chris Catan. He's going to be doing the workout. 19.3. Patrick is going to judge. Let's get to it. Here we go.
Here we go. I got the clicker. All right, athlete ready? 10 seconds. Yep, both feet over the line. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Okay.
Nice. So Chris is starting out the workout here with the overhead lunge. You can see that overhead position. He's got that bicep right next to his ear, pushing up through the dumbbell at all times, never letting the dumbbell push down on him.
Yeah,
when you finish, you got to get your heel across the line every 25-foot section, and you have to start each 5-foot section with your foot behind the line.
There you go. Yeah, down and up quick. One more.
So every time you cross that last line, you got to be all the way across the line. You can see he's going with an unbroken strategy here to get these overhead lunges done.
Yeah, switch after this one. All the way across, stand tall, good. All the way up.
Switching arms here to make sure that his shoulders are evenly fatigued. When he gets to the handstand push-ups, one isn't working harder than the other one.
Go all the way across. Good. Toe behind the line. Good. Yeah. Keep the space. You got it. Good. One more down
So
and
you
back.
guys can see that the floor is broken up into 5-foot sections for a total of 25 feet. This is for, especially on the handstand walk, if you fail, you get credit for the last completed 5-foot section. So once you get your hands all the way across a line, that counts as a 5-foot section. So if you need to break, you can come down. It also counts as a rep in your score.
Here we go. Good. All the way. Stand tall. Good.
Nice, transitioning immediately into the step up, all the way up. You can see he's holding that dumbbell on his shoulder.
2.
It's just a comfortable position for it to kind of sit. You can put 2 hands on it, but one hand at least has to be touching that
4.
dumbbell. One hand at least.
5. 6. 7. 8. 9.
So like we said in the tips and tricks, this is a 85 to 90% effort kind of workout.
11.
You kind of want to maintain a pretty aggressive pace throughout the entire thing and buy yourself as much time as possible to get to those strict
13.
handstand push-ups. Once you come off of the strict handstand
14.
push-ups, it's a race to the finish line to see how much of that handstand
15.
walk you can finish.
16. 17. 18. 19. 20.
For those of you who may be new to the accessory movement, Chris Catan, works for our sister brand Row House. He also competed with Nick Toe in the team series, the CrossFit team series earlier this year, and they placed in the top 100. So they're both pretty fit guys. Our own Nick Toe and Chris Catan.
6, 7, 38, 39, 30, 31. Yep, right leg. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, yep, 46, 47, 48,
Nice. Here we go. Wrapping up these step ups.
49, all the way up, 50. Here we go.
50 reps. Nice job.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice.
So at this point, we're about 5 minutes into the workout. 5 minutes, 3
11.
seconds.
12, 13,
He's doing these in sets of 5. Nice, good work sets with short rest.
15.
Want to keep your heels on the wall. Keep your butt off the wall. If your butt
No
goes
rep
onto
there.
the wall and then your hip comes out in a horizontal motion, that counts as half of a kip, and it's a no rep.
15, 16, 17. Here we go.
Standard here is you have to have your hands inside of the box. Lower yourself down. Push yourself up with no assistance.
19.
Just the arms
Keep
pressing
those
out.
touch. 20. Yep. 3s and 2s now.
The top of the rep, you want your shoulders open and your hips completely open as well.
1, 2, 3, 23.
Nice. He's getting to some smaller work
We got
sets
time.
here.
We got time. We can pace this out. We'll get to those handstands.
Just trying to maintain. On gymnastics, you never want to go to failure. If you
There
go
we
to
go.
failure, you never get it back. The workout's basically over. It takes forever for it to come back.
Here we go. Keep hitting 2s. 6, 27. Good. Yeah. Get those heels in touch. Yep. Yep. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, just make sure. 'Cause that left one's coming off the wall. Here we go. 23 to go. 8, 29. There you go.
Nice. What the judge is looking for at the top of the rep, specifically with your head, is that your biceps are in line with your ears at the top. So if you can't, do yourself a favor. Don't look at the mat. If you're looking down, there's no way you're going to get your head in the right position to get a clear rep.
No rep. Got it. There we go. 32. Yeah. Yeah, heels in touch.
Nice. So him and his judge are just having a talk about a no rep possibly,
Yep.
just to make sure that he's getting to the standard.
34. Nice. We got 15 to go. A little bigger break right here. We got to get it back. Twos. Bounce it. There we go. Nice. There we go. 30
That's 39 total reps for Chris. He's got about 11 left. He's gone down to sets of 2 now. Shoulders are really feeling it after that overhead lunge, and then all these strict handstand push-ups.
41.
Nice, quick singles. Almost like the toast bar last week for some of us. Just going to quick singles to try and bust this out and get it done.
43. 44. Nice. There you go. You got it now. 45.
5 reps left for Chris. 5 reps.
26. 47. No rep.
Oh, really emphatic no rep there from Patrick. There we go. 2 reps left, 2 reps to go. Then we're on a handstand walk.
Let's go.
As if your shoulders weren't already destroyed enough. Now you got to go upside down and walk on your hands. Last rep, here we go.
All the way up, make sure those heels are on the wall. Good. Good. Yep, clear the section, good. Yep, hands behind the left. 20 seconds.
Every 5 feet counts, every 5 feet counts. When you start
Go, go,
again,
go,
you have
come
to
on.
start with your hands behind the last line that
lean
you
into it, let's go.
completed. Start with your hands behind the last line that you just
Here we go, both
completed.
hands, good.
Nice, that was a big set from Chris, big set.
Good. Go, 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 come on. You have to, there we go, good. 25 feet down. Time.
Time.
Nice work, nice work.
Nice work, Chris. Oh, we got to have an athlete interview. Come here. We got to have an athlete interview. All right, Chris. All right, first thoughts on 19.3. What do you think?
Get better at handstand push-ups.
Get better at handstand push-ups? Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome.
The biggest thing for me, I knew I needed to get to the handstand push-ups faster to build my time because I needed a lot of time, obviously you can see right there. So I recommend trying to blow through those first 2 movements. I felt like I had a good pace, and then started off with 5s, and like I went to like 15, and I was like triples, and then I think at the end singles might have been just the best bet, like past like 20. But it just took up so much time, and then holy shit, getting to those handstand walks, everything felt so heavy.
Yeah. So you would say it would probably be best to try and buy as much time as you can in the first 2 movements of the workout.
Totally, especially if you really know that you struggle with handstand push-ups, especially strict handstand push-ups. Blow through the first 2 movements, and then just time eats away. You saw that. I had what, 5 minutes to do 50 handstand push-ups. Barely got enough time.
All right, last question. Do you think you will test this workout again?
Probably not.
It's probably one and done. One and done. Shoulders are destroyed. Nice job, man. Nice, sir.